SpringFest means more sun, more fun, and more free at Lowe's. Keep your yard in line with an additional free Ego 56-volt battery when you buy a select Ego mower, trimmer, or blower. Plus, keep landscaping fresh with Stay Green 1 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Excuse me! Taxi!
Come on, what are you doing? This is the 77 WABC minicast.
800-848-9222. 800-848-9222. You know that I'm the only one who knows this, and I think President Trump knows it. I know he knows it, that Gavin Newsom has no chance whatsoever to be president or to be the nominee, precisely because of the reason they say he will be the nominee, right? How good he is with the press and gathering attention. And a big component of that is his new stupid book, Young Man in a Hurry. Everything in this silly book, he is, it's either a lie or a tell. Perhaps both. I guess my favorite, and you know what? It only appeals to me, this is just how I know. This is how I know he's a fraud. I mean, I know it in my bones, all right? So take a look at this. Young Man in a Hurry, right? He's bragging the whole damn book about how precocious he is. You know, he says he has dyslexia. Here's the little thing about dyslexia. If you do have it, and I don't know if he does or doesn't, maybe he's just not good academically, but it's been kind of well established for about 20 years now that dyslexia can help people gain other talents that they wouldn't have if they did not have dyslexia. Possibly the best example of this is a lawyer named David Boies. So David Boies, prominent Democrat lawyer. He represented Al Gore in Bush v. Gore. Remember that in the recount? He's a very successful trial attorney. And he's very rich. He's controversial. He's very controversial as well because he has gotten swept up in politics. But before the controversy, he was just considered, my God, this guy is so smart. He does such a great job. And then he basically confessed to Malcolm Gladwell the reason why he's so good. And the reason why he's so good is, well, he has dyslexia and he can't read all that well. So what he does is he absorbs information from people better than anyone else could because he knows that's the only place he can get the information. He doesn't read. His reading comprehension stinks. But if he focuses on people, he can learn 10 times more. And he's honed his people reading antennae. You ever hear the blind people, they have like an extraordinary hearing or smell, and they can hear things and smell things that other people can't hear because they rely on those things more. It's kind of like that. And at least that's kind of the Malcolm Gladwell version. And Malcolm Gladwell kind of cuts corners, kind of embellishes a little bit. But there's something to it. So, when he says he has dyslexia, he's setting himself up for, I have great talent in other areas. But he's not a talented liar. In fact, he'll lie in the same paragraph and reveal the lie in that paragraph. I mean, he says, okay, he's a young man in a hurry. He gets his college diploma. The very first thing he does is he wants to get out there into the world and make a difference. So he takes a job delivering orthopedic shoe inserts for his uncle. His uncle owns a orthopedic shoe company. And his first stop is working for Uncle Paul. Okay. And what does he do for Uncle Paul? Does he come up with a plan to make orthopedic inserts for old people in Africa? No. He becomes a delivery boy. This college graduate is now a delivery boy. And he says out loud, I don't get paid by the hour. I get paid for how many shoes I deliver, how many shoe inserts I deliver. And he comes up with this scheme, all kinds of shortcuts around town so he could deliver these things very, very fast. And then he says, so I can get paid for an entire day and only work a half a day, suggesting that there is a day rate or an hourly rate, right? But then in a sentence earlier, he says he gets paid by the shoe he delivers. It's just a contradiction. I think it's hilarious. And also a young man in a hurry who works for his uncle's firm right away. And then his next job is working for Mr. Shorenstein. His dad told him to go talk to Mr. Shorenstein. Why? I don't know. Just go talk to him. Mr. Shorenstein is like, what are you doing here? I don't know. My dad suggested I come. Well, what the hell am I supposed to do with you? This is not a young man in a hurry. This is a young man loafing. And then finally, after dawdling for 10 years in his 20s, he likes wine. He's hanging around a cafe. And he gets a job. Wait, here he is actually talking about his delivery boy job. Huh? How about this? He's bragging about his accomplishments as a delivery boy. Now, it's one thing if you want to talk about that, like when I was 13, I delivered Newsday, although I wasn't the best Newsday paper boy. They used to want us to deliver something called extras. I couldn't believe it. It was so insulting to me. I delivered the newspaper to paying customers. And then they gave me a stack once a week of 45, what they called extras, like mini news days. And they wanted us to spend whatever it took, about an hour and a half delivering these things to people who weren't paying customers. And you know how much we got for delivering those dumb things? 1 penny. A penny each. A penny each. And they would check to see if we delivered the extras. I always threw the extras into the sewer. 45 cents. And then the guy who gave us the newspapers would bust us because, hey, you're not delivering your extras. You deliver the extras. A penny a piece for twice the work. No way. So I wasn't the best delivery boy. And I had my beef. The customers had their beef with me. I'd be polite, fast. But if you want to tell me about that, fine. Aren't I fabulous? I'm fabulous even when I'm dumb. It's a very bizarre thing to say. But I know what he's doing. He's doing the David Boies routine, but it doesn't work. There's no talent. There's no skill. It's weird.